Alright there, dudes and dudettes. It's Saturday, and still having a little bit of a sort out. I mean, as you would expect, I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff, so I've got boxes there, packing stuff up, boxes there with a French fries thing on it, ready to pack a radio up. That's just another box. But one of the things I did need to do, I need to fix this roof. It's going to start raining again soon, and I've been slowly collecting wood in order to fix it. And the idea was me and my dad were going to try and make a bit of a pitched roof on the garage, but then he went and had his heart attack about 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So they kind of all got pushed behind a little bit, but I'm going to try and do something with that part there, because I don't want it to cave in. It started to cave in a little bit, and it isn't leaking when it rains, but it obviously does leak, as you can see. There's a bit of a leakage mark, and it sagged in a little bit. So I've got a bit of wood, and I'm going to jam it up between that beam and that beam, jam it up in there and nail it in place, or screw it. I'll probably nail it. I might screw it, I don't know yet. And that way I should hold that up, because it's quite a thick piece of wood. I don't know, I can't remember what it is, but it's a nice thick piece. Oh, it's down there, look. There it is. That nice piece of wood there that we've got. I'm going to cut that to length and jam that up in there, so at least it'll hold it where the crack is, where the two boards meet. At least that'll push that up, and at least it won't sag. It might still leak, but it won't sag anyway. It won't sag any more than what it already has. So that's a temporary fix there. A lovely job. It's nice today. Just taking some pictures of this lovely MFJ mobile tuner, the MFJ 945E. Lovely tuner, 300 watts, lovely job. Just taking some pictures of it. Going to put that up on the internet for sale. Going to get rid of that. The plan is to try and get a bit of a bigger tuner, but this is only 300 watts. So this is going to go up for sale. Never used it. Well, I have used it. It's a lie. It sat on the bench for a while. It was plugged into a radio that I never used. So it hasn't been out anywhere. It's only sat in the shack, and it's never really been in operation. Probably used it 4 or 5 times, but not actually having a conversation, if that makes sense. I plugged it in, everything works, tuned the antenna, lovely job, and then never used it again. So that's that. Take pictures of that, lovely job. This one has gone. I've taken a deposit on this radio, sold, lovely job. Now I've got this one here. Someone's offered me some money on this one, so this one will be gone soon. Just going to put it in this box and pack it up, ready to rock and roll. Oh, boy, everything's going, man. Pleased. Still got this old strimmer here, this Husqvarna 39R. I was going to do some videos on it and how to get it going, and how to start an old strimmer. But I need to take it back to get it back to where it come from. It's because well, it's just in the way here, and I think they want to use it back up there. So I'm just going to make sure it starts still, because what it was last time we used it, my brother was using it, and it died and wouldn't start again. So it wouldn't start down there again. But I got it home, and I wanted to start. It started. So I think the trouble might be the fact that it gets a bit hot, and where that screw's stripped out that goes onto the carb, the screw's stripped out, and then one of them, there's 2 screws go in, and one of them stripped out. So when it gets a bit hot, it probably expands, puts a gap between the carb and the inlet port, and lets in a bit of air, too much air, and it runs a little bit lean and dies, won't start again. I think that's the trouble. So I may put a bit of wire in that thread, and it'll fix the thread, and a little bit of wire around the bolt. You put some electrical wire around the bolt and you screw it in, it kind of like makes the thread makes the bolt wider, and it bites in a bit better into the old thread, and that's how you can get around that temporary bodge. So I might do that, and start it up now. See if we can get. See if it still starts, shall we? It should do. I think it should do. It should still start. Let's have a go. Take a look at this. Bear in mind, it's today is the 14th. No, 15th. Yeah, I don't know, probably about the 15th, 14th or 15th, no, must be 13th of October. And the humidity, this is indoors, it's in the garage, this clock's in the garage, so it's not in an insulated room. Look at the temperature. It's not bad, is it really? Considering we've just had a storm. Why isn't that focusing on that? It's saying a bit dodgy going on here. Anyway, temperature is about nearly 25 degrees Celsius. If you're in Fahrenheit, that's about 74. Yeah, that ain't bad. Humidity's about 59. So bear in mind, it's out in the garage, but there you go. Look at that. I'm trying to find someone. If any of you out there, if any of you subscribe and you can draw pictures like this. A friend of mine I used to go to school with done this for me. He's of my Focus, obviously, of the RS. He did this for me. and I think he got a little bit annoyed because he said he would do it and he'd bring it to my house and everything. He'd bring it to my house and then yeah, I think he wanted me to pay him a bit more for it, but he didn't ask for anything, you know what I mean? So he wouldn't do another one. I said, can you do another one of me Land Rover? And he weren't too keen on it, but it's bloody good though, look at it. I said I'll pay him, I'll pay whatever you want, you know, I don't care. You know, as long as it's good, I'll pay whatever. As long as it's a bloody good drawing. But I can't find anyone else to do it. I want one of me Land Rover, and I want one of the van. And if you can do a really good one, I want one of me dirt bikes as well, different pictures, a bit like that, you know, the good art. It's bloody good. So if any of you can do that, get in touch with me, and we'll see. You know, give me some sample art or whatever, and yeah, we'll see. It should be good, I hope. Been standing up on its end. I don't know if all the petrol's leaked out of it. No, it's still got petrol in it. I know some of it leaked out because it was leaking down the side of it. But it's still got some in it. Get the old choke on. Doesn't no primer on this one. Doesn't have a primer on, I think. So put that down to on, and we'll see if it's going to work. It should do. Yeah. Yeah. It works. Turn that off because I think I'm getting a little bit ill from all the fumes I've been breathing in recently. It's not been having the best effect on me. But you see, it works. That's bloody brilliant. Don't know what's the matter with it. I think it's, like I say, I think it's just that gap on that stripped out bolt. But anyway, this can go back now. And we'll see what happens when it's being used. If it gets hot again and does it again, I'll have to investigate. Oh yeah, for those of you, I've had a couple of questions in the last couple of weeks about when am I going to be reviewing the new SGS air compressor. Well, what did they say? I can't remember now. But I've been in touch with them just to find out, you know, if I'm still on the list, blah blah blah, for reviewing it. And they said they changed the design of the motor on it to do something or other, so it's a bit delayed. So hopefully I'll get one to test and review, you know, before the end of the year, man. I don't know. I've got the CB on up there monitoring the calling channel. Yeah, so hopefully I'll have one before the end of the year, whenever they release them out, and then, you know, we can unbox it, test it, review it. Oh, it's going to be really good, especially because it's going to be a belt-driven one, and it's going to be a lot quieter than this noisy one here. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't believe how much weather, hot and cold and wet and moist and all that, makes doors move. I just had to move these bolts. Look how much I had to move that one in order for it to line up to there. I can't do that one. Got to put another screw in there. Now I've got to do this one. Ugh. And all the screws were all rusty. Screws were all bloody rusty under there, so I'm going to replace them with some new screws. I've only got a few left actually in there. But you wouldn't believe how much it makes it move. The whole door goes up and down and all the bolts don't line up. Bit of a pain in the arse really, but there we go. I also swapped my 2m77's antenna. This one I swapped this. This is my old one. It's been up there for quite some time, a few years, and it was one of those X30, and yeah, it was all right with it. But I swapped it for an X50, I think it is. So this one's now up for sale as well. Lovely antenna, does a good job actually, those little antennas. You don't need a big one really, it's the height that the antenna's up, that's what counts. I always find it interesting, the discrepancy in voltmeters. The voltmeter on this power supply is reading nearly 15 volts. But that one there is reading just under that. Interesting, isn't it? Turn that down, turn that back down there. That's now reading pretty much dead on 13.8. That one, reading somewhere around there. It's strange. I find it interesting how the different meters work. That's why you can't really rely on one. I think this rig here, this is going to be the next subject of my Sunday radios. I think I'll do this one next. I'm considering replacing this one for a different one and having a different radio out here, because this don't really need this whole lot. It's a 10-metre radio. Don't really need it out here for just while I'm listening to the channel 19, you know. There was someone playing music on the 19 earlier, and there was a woman on there. I think her name was Diane or something like that, and she was complaining about the music, so I come back and said, oh yeah, it makes you change, use it as classical music. She come back saying, if you're going to reply, don't put on a fake voice. And I'm like, what are you on about? Sometimes it's quite fun. I was talking to some bloke who was mobile. He was on his way down to Southend, and another bloke in Nearif, and he was on his way down to Southend, and got to him on this radio, with the silver rod, which is out on the ground, on the ground out there. So I got to him, not with the antenna on the roof, a silver rod that's on the ground. And I was talking to this bloke on his way down to Southend. Just 30 miles away. That is, it weren't bad at all. I didn't think. I wanted to go and get the old mobile set up, the antenna, all that, SWR, all that set up in the ventilator, but I didn't get around to it. Someone asked me about how to set up the VSWR, voltage standing wave ratio. So I might do a video on that and about all the different. I don't know it all, you know, but I know enough to get by. And someone asked me, so I may do a video on that. And it'll be interesting because I know some of you that are watching are indeed quite into radio, so we can you can convey your corrections, and we can have a chat in the comments about that as well. That'd be quite interesting. So I may well do that, because there's a lot of factors you've got to factor in. You know, if you've got 3 dB loss in your coax, you know, and you're putting out 100 watts, for example, you're probably putting out, you know, you're losing half of it, putting out 50, and you're probably going to get about 11 watts or whatever reflected away rubbish. So yeah, I may do a video on that. That'll be interesting. So don't know what else I'm going to do. Also, I got myself a new trike. It's bloody good. It's got a little siren on it and everything. See, it's a bloody good little thing. It's pretty quick. Gets me about. It's got forward and reverse. So probably going to be doing some moto. What do they call that? Moto vlogging. Now I'm going to do a bit of that going down the street. And yeah, that'll be good. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Subscribe. And yeah, we'll go out and do a few. I'll try to attach a camera to the helmet, and it should be good, you know. Hopefully won't come across too many you know, the undesirables out there about these days. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, have a fantastic week, and probably watching this on a Monday. Have a great week, and yeah, stay tuned.